eine weitere Episode of Game...
My cigarette. Okay.
Willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode von GameJew. Let me do that again.
Mario, he's Italian. What's a Jewish boy to do?
Oh no!
Put on the hat and the overalls and you get GameJew. 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 I'm not that different from you. I like video games and Monster Bride too. I'm GameJew.
Hi. It's been a while. How are you doing? But seriously, there's basically one game that I am extremely excited for. You know, Super Smash Brothers, okay, I'm excited for it. I haven't even really gotten a chance to play Metroid Prime. I'm excited about Phantom Hourglass. It's not out here in Vienna yet. Hopefully, Ivory will bring it when she comes. Super Mario Galaxy, I am more excited for than anything. And just this week, Nintendo released the Japanese version of the website for Super Mario Galaxy with a bunch of new trailers and gameplay videos. So I'm going to do this thing that we haven't done before. We're going to take the prologue of the game and I'm just going to talk to you about how unbelievably excited I am for this game. So here we go. Alright, so Mario is running along, skipping and jumping, just meeting a toad on the street, some Japanese, some stars, that's... And just, looking at this, I just get so excited. It looks really good. It looks pretty amazing. And then, oh my god, then there's the Doom ship. And Mario's running, Charles Martinet doing his job, and all the toadstools are getting frozen. This is just like, look at this. How can you not just be so totally nostalgic and excited about this? The Doom ship going along, Princess looking out, kind of, helpless and upset about the whole thing, holding on to a little star there. Bowser doing his evil Bowser thing. Didn't know Bowser could harness lightning like that, but anything's possible. That's a nice eye. Okay, and then you can take control of Mario again, running over here. Gotta get over there, gotta save the princess. Right? Okay, so here we go. Just look at this. Are you excited? I'm really excited. Go get her, Mario. Go get her. You can do it. This is awesome. Look at this. Okay? He's not just taking the princess. He's not just taking the castle. He's taking, the entire grounds, around the castle. Man, Bowser's evil. And then he's taking her off into space. And there's Kamek. There's the lizard wizard. And notice the triangles, circles, and squares. You ready? Watch. Triangles, circles, squares. Yeah. Awesome. How awesome is that? Is that just the most awesome thing you've ever seen in your life? Yes. Soon. It's coming out, in December? November. It's coming out in November even. We're going to try to have a launch party event thing here in November, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, that was fun. Yogi.
Hello, Mr. GameJew.
Hi, Yogi.
Welcome to good old Vienna, by the way.
Thank you. What prompted you to start this shop?
I started when my collection of digital game history got too big at home, and my beloved wife told me to get rid of all this plastic electronic shit.
So what's different about the Cybertron?
The basic aim is to make electronic game culture touchable, playable, and to establish it as an art form, as a culture. I mean, electronic game culture is the most exciting cultural form of the 21st century, but it takes a long time to establish it.
Yeah, it's only 30 years old, so it's going to take...
Yeah, so we are on the forefront to do this. My wife's calling.
Uh-oh, let's see what she has to say.
Hallo? Ich mache gerade ein Interview mit dem GameJew. Magst du nicht herkommen, dann kannst du auch gleich mitmachen.
What did she say?
You can interview my kids now.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to talk German. You learned some German, right?
No, not yet.
You told me you will.
What's the rarest item that you have, you think?
I guess maybe the Virtual Boy platform was a display for shops.
And many people probably got many a headache standing.
Yeah, they got epileptic.
They had epileptic seizures.
That's why.
Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, oh yeah. Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, oh yeah. At the Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, from the DS2, the Game & Watch, LED-based tabletops, and the games will never, ever, ever stop. At the Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, oh yeah. Well, there's a place where I can go to play the games that aren't around no more. From the Odyssey to the Atari, the Virtual Boy, play them all for free. At the Cybertron shop, at the Cybertron shop, oh yeah. The Cybertron shop, oh yeah.
So what do we got here? We got some
Yeah, that's
like Game & Watch.
It starts here,
Right.
like 1980,
Yeah.
with the classic ones, and
Right.
then came widescreens.
So moving on over here, what do we...
Here's very different brands. I especially like Hysteric Mama.
Right.
I think they came only out in Japan.
So what does Hysteric Mama consist of?
Don't ask me.
No one knows. Necodondon, Turbo Drive.
That's the second version of the Atari
Right.
2600.
Right, 2600. And then here we have a Pong, which is just like... Oh, you bastard.
This is actually the very first handheld I got, and this is the first one that ever came out by Mattel in 1977, if I'm right.
Yeah.
With only like 3 LEDs,
Yeah.
and you just go left and right and speed up a bit.
Right.
One was actually created by the guy whose name I forgot, who did the design for the Game Boy.
Gunpei Yokoi.
Something, exactly,
Yeah.
Game Boy. And
Yokoi.
and the Virtual Boy was the
pronounce
last
the
one
names.
he designed, and
Right, and
since
of
it
course-
really
and it-
failed,
yeah,
he left Nintendo.
And then he died.
A really rare item here, the PC engine in a portable.
Wow, really?
Plays the same cartridges as the console for a TV.
Interesting.
There's my little game Boy here. Hallo Mili. Du bist im Fernsehen. Du bist im Internet. Hi. Da ist der GameJew. Sagst du Hallo? Kannst du lachen?
Hello.
Kannst du lachen?
Yay.
Ja, genau.
A little smile.
That's all Pac-Man.
Just all different versions of Pac-Man. Wow. Ogre Eater, this one's called. Gobble or be gobbled.
They couldn't call it Pac-Man.
Right.
So they
So they-
like the cartridges here.
Right, Munchman, Clean Sweep.
Yeah, that's for
And
the
the
backtracks.
famous Casey Munchkin game.
Right, Casey Munchkin, the video pack.
Yeah.
Then we got Magnavox Odyssey, the very, very, very
First console, yeah, which I've never played and never seen, even.
I started first when I moved to Vienna in '94, and I went to flea markets all my life.
Right.
And then I discovered the Donkey Kong Jr., the orange one again. I thought, what, the design and everything, this was so unique and so nice. What else was there? And I started
So you
to
rediscovered that as
Yeah.
an adult.
yeah.
Yeah. I sort of had a similar experience where I started to rediscover all the old Nintendo games as an adult, and that became an addiction for me as well. It's like for me, it was more the moment of like you know, say like that moment when you first like opened up the Donkey Kong Jr. You had that wave of like of remembering what it felt like to play that,
exactly.
you know, and then it gets addictive where you like you want to get that feeling. Well, so there you have it, the Subitron shop here on Electric Avenue. You know that song? Gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
Deep in my heart I am for ya. Can't live food but you can good stop me when I rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we take it higher. Oh,
Mein Liebesfeuer, heute Nacht ist du mein Abenteuer. Stell dein dir weg, nimm meine Hand, bring deinen Arsch, ganz charmant. Lass uns tanzen auf dem Dancefloor, sei mein Amor.
This is where I'm staying. This is one of the rooms. The bedroom, if you will. There you go. Front door. Come in. Come in, I would say. Come Wire. Shower. That's the view out the window. That's Borgasa. Yeah.
So, ich darf jetzt meinen Gast begrüßen im Studio, the GameJew, aka Jonathan Mann.
That's me.
And you're the living proof that video games don't make kids stupid, but turn them into responsible, creative individuals asking questions about the whereabouts of our civilization and culture. Let's take, I'm a mother. I don't allow my kids to play any video games. Convince me that I'm wrong.
Well, the first thing that you should do, one really great thing about the Subitron shop is that you can come in and everything is free to play. And that's Yogi, who runs the Subitron shop. That was a real sort of brilliant move on his part, because the problem with you and you not letting your kids play video games because you don't understand. Video games are the only form of media that have this barrier to entry. I look at a painting and I can immediately understand the painting. I watch a movie and I can pretty much get the movie. I listen to music, any other form of media, it's immediate. With video games, you have to actually play it. There's this participation that has to happen, and it's scary. It's scary for people who never play video games to see this thing with all these buttons and stuff's happening on the screen and things don't make sense. And I can understand a mother's hesitation at seeing the violence or seeing whatever is in the video games, but the real thing that's there is ignorance. It's just ignorance about what video games are and how they work. So the first thing you should do is try to play some video games. The Wii has made great inroads as far as convincing many mothers to change their attitudes at least a little bit about video games.
Thank you very much. Your activities in Vienna and all over the world can be monitored via our website. FM4 wird die Aktivitäten von Herrn GameJew verlinken, und dort kann man dann noch finden, was er wann in Wien noch machen wird. Thanks for visiting us in the studio.
Thank you very much.
the 2600. Space Invaders, High Score, Vector Graphics, Space War, Lunar Lander, Asteroids, Monaco GP, Pac-Man, Television, Endo Game for 3 initials, Othello, Nintendo, Hiroshi, Yamauchi. We didn't push the pixels, they were always gaming from the caveman days, and we didn't push the pixels, it wasn't us that made it, we only played it. Console War, ColecoVision, Odyssey is back again. We can play Atari games, different words of Pac-Man, pole position, pitfall, video, pinball, sword quest, combat, adventure, Easter egg, Tempest, Robotron, Centipede, Saxon, Defender, Radar Scope, Donkey Kong, Nintendo Scope, Mario Bros, no one knows Shigeru Miyamoto, E.T. December 7th, video games are dead. We didn't push the pixels, they were always gaming from the caveman days, and we didn't push the pixels, it wasn't us that made it, we only played it. Amiga, MSX, Apple II, Basic, ZX Spectrum, multi-user dungeons, Commodore 64, Linux West, Loader, Sword, Finder, Floppy, Try, Macintosh, Rise, Famicom, Gyromite, NES, Excite, Bike, Robotic, Operating Buddy, Light Gun, Duck Hunt, Super Mario debut, Blue Blue Land, Wrecking Crew, Master System, Distant Second, Nintendo, Into the Blue, Double Dragon, Contra, First Castlevania, Metal Gear, Ninja Gaiden, Final Fantasy begins, Mega Man, Metroid, Punch Out, Game Boy, Tetris, Kirby, Super Mario Bros. 3. We didn't push the pixels, they were always gaming from the caveman days, and we didn't push the pixels, it wasn't us that made it, we only played it. We didn't push the pixels, they were always gaming from the caveman days, and we didn't push the pixels, it wasn't us that made it, we only played it.
GameJew here at a lecture about the homebrew hacker scene. What is the homebrew scene, you ask? Well, homebrew games are essentially exactly what they sound like. Games made by folks at home, usually for no other reason than the sheer joy of creating something. Pretty awesome. There were 2 presenters, and we'll hear from one this week and one next week. This is Jay Vaughn. He's a hacker slash Linux nerd slash homebrew aficionado, and he gave me some insight into his world. Let's listen.
To me, I just wanted really to represent this war between the man, or the software megacore,
Right.
the pirates, and who knows who they are, there's millions of them. And this war has been going on and on, and in the midst of all of that, there are hackers that still really want to do something fun. They still really want to make these computers do something, you know? I think the fun factor is where it's all about. And on the one hand, the megacore want to solidify their control over the fun factor, and on the other hand, hackers still want to just have fun.
Right.
They don't care. The game of programming, or the game of cracking open a console and getting your own code running on it, is itself a game.
Right.
It's
right.
an adventure.
It's not about necessarily like subverting any kind of like.
No.
Although that's like a plus maybe, but
yeah,
but
right. Politically, you could get very
right,
political about
right.
it, but for the general
real
hacker essence, the essence of the whole process itself is that it is a fun process. Once you get your own unsigned code working on a machine that was designed to never let you do that, it's like, I'll tell you what it's like.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 points.
1,000 points.
You know, it's like a bonus. Hacker versus the man, it's not really a reality. Hackers don't really give a shit about the man.
Right. They
okay?
just want to they just want to have fun. They just want to
wanna
make
have
their
fun.
games and have people be able to play them.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about this sort of very open source world? People getting credit for the things that they've created, and the different levels
Of course,
of
that's
that.
important. I think that's really important. There are different levels, you know, hacker to hacker, hacker to user,
Right.
user to user, user to hacker.
It's a whole different sort of, it's a paradigm shift of how people get credit and how it's...
Right.
There's one other thing that I just read about today with Nintendo that they're doing. Developers are fighting to get the name of their company on the front of Nintendo of
the packaging.
of the Wii packaging.
Yeah, right.
And Nintendo's saying no, it's staying on the back.
Brand
you know,
control.
brand
Yeah.
control.
I would like to see brands become a little bit more open to the people. You know,
Right.
I've played so many games where I have no idea who the guy is who wrote the game, and yet the game is a big part of my life.
Right.
You know, StarCraft, for example, just to take a random game.
Right.
Man, I would love to know who those guys are.
Yeah.
You know, but there is really none of that. That's all
Right.
really shielded by the corporate mechanism, and maybe a big part of why the homebrew scene is really thriving and really consistently manages to survive in light of all of that is because there is a contact between the end player and the developer in
Right.
the homebrew scene. There is really
there's feedback.
you can
and
talk
there's,
to the programmer and say,
Right.
listen, I don't like the way this
Right.
AI works, and you know, next day there's a patch. But it would be pretty nice to see some more rockstar programmers.
Right.
You know,
You got Miyamoto, you got Cliffy B, you Will Wright.
unless you're a real serious hacker nerd, you don't really know who those guys are.
You don't.
You know?
I mean, most people I talk to, I have to explain who any of those people are. So.
Yeah. What about you? What are you gonna do? You got any plans to like do some video software or make some development?
I have absolutely no skill or patience in either of those. In any
Neither one of those
areas.
things are important. You've got the funk. Hey, maybe we should hook up. You live
There
in
you go.
Vienna?
Yeah, there you go.
So-
Maybe we can come up with something. That'd be fun.
You come up with
You
content.
heard it here first.
We'll make the engine and
The GameJew the game. All right.
ride the train. No.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Oh, du meine Güte, ich brauche neue Overalls. Overalls! Ich habe überall gesucht. Ich habe überall gesucht. Ich gebe auf.
GameJew 新しいオバオルが入れますこちらです
していきなさい。
Overalls.
I'm not gonna say much specifically about this game. It's a golf game.
Super Mario Overall und Mütze und ein Herz für Games. Das ist der
What
GameJew.
really got me was this intro screen. You got Mario and Luigi.
Video games are the most exciting, wide open arena in any sort of field.
And standing next to them, a strange sight indeed. Not one, but count 'em, two Princess Peach.
There's so much fun and exciting things happening, and you should be interested in it.
Two Princess Peaches. One for you and one for me.
Jonathan Mann ist der GameJew, der Name, weil er sich seinen jüdischen Wurzeln von jeher verbunden fühlt. Mit seiner Gitarre spielt er Folksongs über Videospiele. Doch hinter dem bunten Kostüm steckt mehr, ein Künstler mit breitem Verständnis für die Games-Kultur. Mit einer Mischung aus journalistischem Eifer, Emotionalität und Fantum fühlt er sich als Sprachrohr der Spieleszene.
Video games are in this sort of place right now where they aren't totally taken seriously by sort of the mainstream. People making video games specifically from an artistic point of view, which is, how do I move you? How do I want to elicit this kind of emotion from somebody. What's the game that I'm going to make to do that?
Landstalker, stalking the land.
So humorig seine Lieder sind, so ernst sind oft seine Anliegen. Denn Videospiele finden immer wieder andere Funktionen als pures Entertainment. Nintendos Wii wird beispielsweise für Bewegungstherapie genutzt. Serious Games machen auf gesellschaftliche Probleme aufmerksam. Und seit einiger Zeit sollen Games amerikanischen Veteranen helfen, posttraumatische Stresszustände aufzuarbeiten. Alles Themen, die der GameJew immer wieder aufgreift.
Bears that talk, bubbles that fight. It's kind of hard to move around, but that's all right, 'cause you're a landstalker.
Entstanden ist die Kunstfigur GameJew aus seinem ersten Projekt, der Super Mario Oper.
Mario has this existential crisis of realizing who he is and realizing that he's gone through this princess saving experience thousands of times before and being really freaked out by that.
Für die nächsten 2 Monate ist Jonathan übrigens noch in Wien, performt, spielt und dreht seine Videoblogs. Zu sehen sind diese dann auf GameJew.com. Für die, die ihm über den Weg laufen, bitte nicht mit Pilzen füttern.
Buy this game only if you like gold.
Danke fürs Einschalten bei GameJew. Nochmal?
One more.
Danke fürs Einschalten bei GameJew.
Mario, he's Italian. What's a Jewish boy to do? Oh no! Put on the hat and the overalls and you get GameJew. 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 I'm not